Hi everyone, welcome to today's class. Myself G. Veeranna, Assistant Professor of Chemistry, JVR Government College, Sattupalli. Today we are going to learn about amines, amines or amines. And objectives of this lesson or this topic. After completion of this class, you are able to understand and analyze what is amines and what are the types of amines: primary amine, secondary amine, tertiary amine, and quaternary ammonium salts, and the nomenclature of amines and isomerism of amines, and few preparation methods of amines. Contents: introduction, nomenclature, classification, isomerism, preparation, etc. Introduction. Amines are the derivatives of ammonia in which one or more of the protons has been replaced with alkyl or aryl groups. Amines are derivatives of ammonia in which one or more protons has been replaced with alkyl or aryl groups. Amines are classified as primary, secondary or tertiary depending on the number of groups attached to the nitrogen atom. In the amines, NH2 is the functional group. NH2 is the functional group, and nitrogen having one lone pair. Nitrogen having one lone pair, and hydrogens or some other alkyl groups attached to the nitrogen. And depending of the alkyl groups, amines are classified into primary amine, secondary amine, tertiary amine, and also quaternary ammonium salt. And the substituent NH2 is also called as amino group. Amino group. So this is the very important functional group in the organic compounds, and naturally occurring compounds having amino compounds are very most important, and drug chemistry also having amino group is the important role. And the same way, like ammonia, amines also form quaternary ammonium salts. So this is CH3, CH3, CH3N plus and CH3Cl minus, that is tetramethyl ammonium chloride. Tetramethyl ammonium chloride, CH3, taken 4 times, N plus and Cl minus. This is also the structure of this one. So tetramethyl ammonium chloride, that is a quaternary ammonium salt. It acts as a PTC. It acts as a PTC, phase transfer catalyst. And now naming of amines. Based on the substituent present on the nitrogen, we have already gone through that. Alkyl substituted amines are called as alkyl amines, or aryl substituted amines are called as aryl amines. So here R equal to CH3 or R equal to C6H5. So this is the aliphatic amines and this is the aromatic amines. Aliphatic amines, aromatic amines. That's why alkyl amines are alkyl substituted compounds and aryl amines are having aryl substituted compounds. So simply here one alkyl group is there, that is the primary amine, nitrogen bonded with one single carbon, and secondary amine having two alkyl groups. So that is N is bonded with two carbons. So that is secondary amine, and here nitrogen is bonded with three alkyl groups. So that is N is bonded with three carbons, C and C. So this is tertiary amine. Whereas the quaternary ammonia having nitrogen is bonded with 4 carbon atoms. 4 carbon atoms. And nomenclature of amines. Nomenclature of amines. The IUPAC system for naming amines is as follows. So select the longest carbon chain bound to the nitrogen as the parent chain. Nitrogen as the parent chain. Name the chain by changing the alkane name. For this chain, drop the E letter and add amine. So that is the root word. So meth, eth, pro, but, pent, and saturated having methane, ethane, propane. So from that you can add, delete the E letter and add amine. So alkane minus E, alkylamine, alka and alkanamine. So the chain number to the chain to give the nitrogen the lowest numbering, and the number and identity of other substituents including any one of the main chain are indicated as the beginning of the amine name. Beginning of the amine name. And amines are classified by the class of nitrogen. Primary amines have one carbon bonded to nitrogen. Secondary amines have two carbons attached directly to the nitrogen. And tertiary amine have three carbons directly attached to the nitrogen. Whereas quaternary ammonium having four carbons directly attached to the nitrogen. So in nomenclature, common aliphatic amines are named as alkyl amines. Alkyl amines. So this is the methylamine, this is the primary amine, and this is the dimethylamine, this is secondary amine, and this is trimethylamine, this is the tertiary amine. Whereas ethyl methylamine, this is the secondary amine, ethyl methylamine, and this is secondary butylamine, that is the primary carbon, primary amine, this is the primary amine. And this is the tertiary butyl amine, So this is also primary amine, So if you take this is the C and N, this is the primary, and here the secondary is C, N and C, this is the secondary, whereas tertiary C, this is the nitrogen, carbon and carbon, this is the tertiary. And here ethyl methylamine, that is the nitrogen, here methyl and here ethyl, and this is the primary amine. So that means Secondary butyl chain, this chain is bonded with only the second position of carbon, second carbon to the nitrogen, so butane chain is bonded that second position, so that is 1 2, so that is the secondary butylamine, or simply we called it as butylamine, and this is the tertiary butylamine, so only this carbon, tertiary butyl carbon, is bonded with nitrogen. So these are the primary, secondary, tertiary amines, and secondary amine, primary amine. And IUPAC names of simple amines. So we take, this is the tertiary butylamine, we have already gone through this one in the previous slide, and cyclohexanamine, this is the cyclohexane chain and joined NH2, and this is 1,4-butanediamine, N4-buta and diamine. So this is the first carbon, second carbon, third carbon, and fourth carbon. First carbon having amino group and fourth carbon having amino group, that's why 1,4 buta and diamine, and this is NN dimethyl 4-aminopyridine, so that means here N dimethyl, and here N also in the ring, so that is the NN dimethyl, this is the one position, this is the two position, this is the third position, and nitrogen is the fourth position, 4-aminopyridine. So one nitrogen, so 1 minute, so take this one as like this, so N, the position 1 2 3, fourth position having nitrogen and 2 methyls. So that is NN dimethyl 4-aminopyridine, and this is N-methyl cyclohexamine, this is the cyclohexane, and here N, and this is the methyl, N-methyl cyclohexamine, and here are also few more examples, IUPAC names amines with more than one functional group. In this situation we can use which is the superior functional group, So you can go the example, here is the best example is this one, that is 2-aminobutanoic acid, two functional groups are there, carboxylic acid functional group and amino functional group. So carboxylic acid functional group is the superior one than amino, so that's why we can give the number, one is the carboxylic functional group and the remaining chain is here, and the second position is amino, so that is 2-aminobutanoic acid, and here is the second example, that is 2,4-diaminobenzoic acid. So simply this is the benzoic acid, and the second position is the amino and fourth position is amino, 2,4-diaminobenzoic acid, and here 4-amino-2-butanone. So this is the main chain, and the carbonyl C double bond is the functional group superior than amino, so that's why number 1 2 3 4. So this is the butane chain, and butane chain is joined with second position is keto, so that's why fourth position amino is the substituent or branch, so that is prefix, and 2-butanone. And common names of heterocyclic compounds. If the nitrogen atom occurs as a part of a ring, the compound is designated as being heterocyclic. Each ring system has its own parent name. So here this is the pyridine, and this is the pyrrole, and this is the quinoline, this is the imidazole, and this is the indole, and this is the pyrimidine. This is the base present in nucleic acids, and this is the pyrrolidine, and this is the piperidine, pyrrolidine and piperidine. And here aromatic amine, that is the aromatic primary amine, this is the aniline, and this is the substituent one, ardotolidine, ardo position, and this is the metatolidine, meta position, and this is the paratolidine, ardo meta para tolidines, and this is the N dimethyl aniline, and this is the diphenylamine, diphenylamine. And nomenclature of amines, and for more examples, amine is generally named as alkylamine. So this is the ethylamine, CH3 CH2 NH2, and this is the isopropylamine, that is CH3 CH CH3 and NH2, and this is the cyclohexyl group and NH2, cyclohexylamine. For secondary and tertiary amines, for those amines more than one alkyl group is present, so all alkyl groups are listed in alphabetical order followed by amine. The prefixes di and tri are used if the same alkyl group appears more than one. So here this is the ethyl substituent, and this is the methyl substituent, this is the propyl substituent, CH3CH, and this is the CH3, and this is the CH2CH2CH3. So this is the tertiary amine. Ethyl, methyl, propylamine is the tertiary amine, and this is the diethylamine, the ethyl and another ethyl, diethylamine, this is the secondary amine, and this is the trimethylamine, this is the also tertiary amine, that is trimethylamine. And we have already learned about the root word. So here given the IUPAC nomenclature, in general an organic molecule is named as prefix plus root word plus primary suffix plus secondary suffix. So generally prefix is the substituents, so that may be chloro, bromo, iodo, fluoro, nitro, etc. And root word is the number of carbons present in carbon chain or main skeleton. So if we have 1 meth, 2 eth, bute, pent, hex, heptide, this is the number. And the primary suffix is regarding about the saturation or unsaturation. Double bond is there or triple bond is there or only single bond is there. So only single bond CC is there, that is the ANE. If any double bond is there, that is the IENE, in. And if any have triple bond is there, that is YNE, in. And the secondary suffix is the functional group, that is the carboxylic acid or aldehyde or ketone, alcohol, amine, and acid chloride. So we can go further the slide. Then that is the primary suffix indicates the degree of unsaturation. If the molecule contains only CC single bond, then primary suffix is called as ANE. We can add ANE. If the molecule contains C double bond C, so that is a one double bond, that is the primary suffix is ENE. If the molecule contains C triple bond C, that is one so primary suffix is YNE. And here a few more examples. If two double bonds are present, primary suffix is a diene. If two triple bonds are present, primary suffix is a di YNE. And if three double bonds are present, a triene, and prefix, we have already given this information. So we have, it indicates the substituent or a side chain. Substituent means some groups are always treated as substituents. These are always treated as substituents. Cl chloro, Br bromo, I iodo, F fluoro, NO2 nitro, OR alkoxy. The side chain are the alkyl groups that are not involved in parent chain. If the side chain is alkyl group, it is not involved in parent chain. So here the example you can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hexane and third position is methyl. So 3-methyl hexane, this is the compound 3-methyl hexane. And secondary suffix, it indicates the functional group. If more than one different functional group is present, the group on top of the order is treated as suffix and other groups are treated as prefix. Other groups treated as prefix. So if we have carboxylic acid, oic acid is the suffix and ester O8 and acyl halide are acid halides, acid chlorides, OL chloride and amides, nitrile and aldehyde Al, ketone ONe, alcohol OL and amine. And either alkoxy as a prefix. And examples. For amine, secondary suffix is amine. So here we can go for this chain. So this is the 6-membered chain, that is hexane ring, hexane chain, hexane skeleton, and third position is amine. Hex plus ane hexane minus E plus amine hexamine. This is simply hexamine, but the third position is amine, so you can call it a hexane 3-amine. Hexane 3-amine. And the same way here you can see that 5 carbons are there chain and the second position is chloro and third position is amino. Second chloro is the primary prefix or simple prefix is that is one prefix and 5 carbons spent is the root word and saturated compound ANE plus third position is amine, third amine, 3-amine. So that is 2-chloropentane 3-amine. 2-chloropentane 3-amine. And for secondary and tertiary amines, the longest alkyl group is treated as parent chain. Other alkyl groups are written as N-alkyl in alphabetical order. N-alkyl in alphabetical order. So this is the example for that one. So this is the pentane chain, 5-membered chain, 5 carbons chain. And this is the nitrogen and this is the methyl substituent and this is ethyl substituent. So the number of this one is, the third position is amine and these two are the substituents. N-ethyl, N-methyl, pentane, 3-amine. N-ethyl and N-methyl. So in the English alphabetical, ethyl is the first one and methyl is the next one. So N-ethyl, N-methyl, pentane, 3-amine. And the same way here we have second position is chlorine and nitrogen having 2 methyls. So parent chain is hexane ring or hexane. So that is 2-chloro-N dimethyl hexane 3-amine. Here 2-chloro is the prefix and N dimethyl also prefix and hex is the root word and ANE is the saturated, that is the primary suffix and amine is the secondary suffix. And aromatic amines. Aromatic amines also called arylamines are generally named as derivatives of aniline. So the aniline is the aromatic primary amine. And this is the metachloroaniline. So we can denote, we can give this is the, if the aniline is, this position is ortho position and this is the meta position and this is the para position. And same way ortho, meta. So this is the metachloroaniline and this is 5-ethyl 2-fluoroaniline. So this is the aniline and position 1. This is the position 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So 5 position is the ethyl, E is the first one and F is the next one. So that's why 5-ethyl 2-fluoroaniline. And now isomerism. Isomerism is a concept. So we have if we call previous knowledge, the substituents having the same molecular formula but structurally they are different. And amines exhibit lot of maybe 4 or 5 types of isomerisms. So in this we can go through chain isomerism. Chain isomerism. So this is due to the difference in the carbon chain of two isomers. Carbon chain of two isomers. So that is N-butylamine, isobutylamine. N-butylamine is CH3, CH2, 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 NH2. So this is the straight chain. And this is isobutylamine. This is the branched one. So that is CH3 twice, CH, CH2, NH2. So this is, and this one is, we can write CH3 and C, CH3 and CH2 and NH2. And position isomerism. This kind of isomerism is possible when the position of amino group is changed. This is due to the difference in position of amino group. So we can observe this one amino propane and 2 amino propane. So 1 amino propane is this one. This is the first carbon, second carbon, third carbon, and here also first and second, third. So first carbon having NH2 is 1 amino propane, and second carbon having amino group is 2 amino propane. In the same way, metamerism. Metamerism is a process or a concept. It is due to the difference in the nature of alkyl groups. Difference in the nature of alkyl groups. So you can observe here, this is the ethyl group and this is the ethyl group. Simply this is the diethylamine. Diethylamine. C4H11N. And this is the methyl functional group and this is the propyl functional group, methyl propylamine, and this is also C4H11N. And functional isomerism. This is due to the difference in the nature of the functional group, amino group or functional group. So this is the simple one, primary amine or 1 amino propane, and this is the secondary amine 2 amino propane, and this is the tertiary amine. So the position of amino due to the variation are changing the nature of the functional group. This is the primary amine, this is the functional group, and here is the secondary amine functional group, and this is the tertiary amine functional group. So these are the examples for isomerism. So far we have discussed about what is aromatic amines and what is aliphatic amines, and classification of amines and nomenclature of amines and isomerism of amines. And now preparation of amines. Some preparation methods we can discuss. So from which we can take the first method, that is ammonolysis of primary or methyl halides. So this is the simple reaction. Alkyl halides RX treating with a ammonia. treating with ammonia, and elimination of small fraction of halo hydrogen halides and gives primary amines, secondary amines and tertiary amines, and followed by quaternary ammonium salts. Quaternary ammonium salts. So here you can observe the reaction. This is the NH3 and this is the RX. So elimination of minus HX. Elimination of minus HX. So RNH2 is formed. And this reaction upon continuation, if we can add one more RX, that is further elimination of HX. So that is R2NH is formed. R2NH is formed. And that R2NH2 is the secondary amine. R2NH is the secondary amine. And further adding with RX, alkyl halide, that is RX, and elimination of minus HX, and gives tertiary amine R3N. And this reaction is not stopped here, and if you can continue that RX, adding RX and elimination of minus HX, and we got here is not elimination process, we got R4N plus X minus, that is the quaternary ammonium salt. Here alkyl halide having must be a primary, so that is methyl or ethyl. RX, R is always primary, so CH3, C2H5, C3H7, C4H9, so that is the alkyl group. So we can get this type of reaction. The main disadvantage of this method is the mixture of all type of amines and quaternary ammonium salt is formed, and a primary amine is formed in first step, and it acts as a nucleophile and attacks alkyl halide to form secondary amine, and so on. Primary amine may be obtained as the main product by using large excess of ammonia. This method is not suitable for preparation of aromatic amines like aniline or other aryl amines. So the simple or brief of this reaction is alkyl halides RX treating with excess ammonia, we get RNH2. So for preparation of primary amine, we can use excess of ammonia, and these all products also we can get. And this is the continuation of reaction. And this primary amine is act as a nucleophile, and it continues gives to secondary amine, tertiary amine, and so on, quaternary ammonium salt also. So this is the ammonolysis or preparation of primary amines, and this method also called as Hofmann method, Hofmann, Hofmann method. This method also called as Hofmann method. And here one example is given, that is CH3, CH2, CH2Br, that is or maybe butyl C4H9Br and gives rise to N-butylamine. So this is also primary one. And the second method is reduction of nitriles and amides. Reduction of nitriles and amides. So here alkyl halide RX treating with sodium cyanide NaCN and forms RCN. This is alkyl cyanide. And this alkyl cyanide treating with lithium aluminum hydride and either solvent and followed by H2O gives RCH2NH2. RCH2NH2. So primary amine is formed. Primary amine is formed. And here if you go for this another example, that is this is the carboxylic acid treating with thionyl chloride and ammonia gives RC double bond ONH2, that is amide, acid amide. And this acid amide treating with lithium aluminum hydride ether and hydrolysis gives RCH2NH2. So reduction of nitriles and amides. So we get the nitrile from treating with NaCN, alkyl halide treating with sodium cyanide. We got alkyl cyanides, and this is the nitrile, and this is the process, and this is the product. And the same way carboxylic acids treating with SOCl2 followed by ammonia gives amide, alkyl amide. And this amide treating with LiAlH4 ether and followed by H2O gives primary amine. And next method is Gabriel synthesis. Gabriel synthesis for primary amines, and this method is extremely useful for synthesis of primary amines, and mainly alkyl amines. And see here, this is the thalamide, and treating with potassium hydroxide in ethanol solution. So first treating with potassium hydroxide in ethanol with thalamide, we got as potassium thalamide. This is the salt. And this upon treating with alkyl halide RX in DMF, this is the solvent, dimethyl formamide, and gives N-alkyl thalamide, and we got KX is the byproduct. So this N-alkyl thalamide treating with hydrolysis in presence of OH, we got primary amine RNH2 and this phthalic acid. So thalamide is the alkylating reagent or alkylation. Then we got primary amine. So thalamide and treating with potassium hydroxide, it gives potassium thalamide, and potassium thalamide and alkylation gives N-alkyl thalamide, and N-alkyl thalamide upon hydrolysis gives primary amine and phthalic acid. and this method is used for the preparation of primary amines and also few alpha amino acids, few alpha amino acids. So we can continue this here. So observe this one. This is the potassium thalamide, and this elimination of X and K, that is Kx, and R attached to this one, and this is the N-alkyl thalamide, and this N-alkyl thalamide treating with H3O plus or acidic hydrolysis or basic hydrolysis, whichever be hydrolysis, and RNH, and here from Rn and H2, this is the RNH3 positive charge, and this is the COH and COH. So oxalic acid and NH3 plus, this NH3 plus is converted as RNH2, and if we can take hydrazine in place of hydrolysis, we got RNH2, and this is the diazo compound. So this is the best example for the synthesis of alkyl amines, and mainly for primary amines. So far we have learned about what is amines and classification of amines and nomenclature of amines and isomerism in the amines and preparation of amines, and the main important methods are ammonolysis of alkyl halides and Gabriel thalamide synthesis. From this we can conclude here, and next we can continue tomorrow. Thank you one and all.